Good morning, everyone. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're a wonderful Wednesday. It is. It is a Wednesday. I was gonna do hair today, but I figured I'd do it after I pose. So that way I can go with the flow of wherever I have the head tilted or moved to. I will definitely be redoing the hair. Mm-mm. Yeah, I just wanted to get rid of those. Delete hidden. There it goes. Just kind of not this hole. Oh. I was still holding down control when I clicked on that, so. Okay, I guess today's hand issue would be holding down control too long. I think that's better than how I originally. Originally had it. Yeah, it's better. Okay. I know what I can do. Oh, it worked. Anyway, okay. I didn't know that's... That was a thing. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. That did work. That's cool. When I had something selected and then I hit duplicate, it only duplicated the non-masked object. I didn't know that was a thing until I did that. There we go. Drop that in the wing folder. Okay. There we go. Because that was still the original sphere that I pulled, so it had like poles and stuff. That should have. Let me see something real quick. How's it going, Anna? How you been? Long time no see. Hopefully all has been well. That's good to hear. Glad you're doing well. I'm just finishing up. Well, not finishing up. I'm still working on this monstrosity. That song was "Weight of the World" from Near Automata. It was a different. There's different languages that you can listen to it in. I believe that was the original Japanese version. They have it in English and Japanese. Yeah, a lot of my music that we'll be playing today is from a lot of games. Like this is from Persona. P3, exact. Trying to figure out how I want to do. The wings. Oh, made a lot of progress since you last was here. Quite happy with it so far. I had the craziest dream now that I think about it. That I was back at Japan, but I was lost. I was like lost because my Google Maps wasn't even working, and I was trying to find the train. Ended up going to like an arcade instead. Oh, what the fuck? That's a thing? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you can do that. If you hold control and click and then let go of control, it'll duplicate multiple times next to each other. I didn't know that. So you just hold control, you click, let go of control, and then drag. That's cool. I think what I need to do is actually I finished reading that one series that you recommended to me. I forget the name of it because it's been so long since you recommended it to me. Boys Paradise? Paradise Boys? I finished that. Well, to what was the last chapter that was available at the time. Anyway. It was crazy. No, not that one. The other one. Boys Paradise, I believe it was called. I think I might have already told. Oh, Boys Abyss. There you go. It wasn't no paradise for him, that's for sure. Or at least to where it was the last chapter that was available to me anyway. Because it's not over yet, you know? But damn, the mom just won't stay down, huh? Hey, how's it going, Barway? How you been? Hopefully all has been well. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. How have your streams been? How's the 9S coming along? Yeah, Boys Abyss is wild. I need to. I started reading Dungeon Meshi. I want to see all that's going on in that series. Oh, this is Chimera from Dungeon Meshi. 1 second. One second. There you go. It's a Chimera from Dungeon Meshi. Making some progress on there. It's all the reference images that I'm kind of going with. You got like different dragon stuff. Bird wings. And I'm just getting there. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do the wings and stuff. I already added color. Some base color to it. I am gonna redo the hair. I'm just gonna redo the hair after I get through posing it, so that way I can make the hair flow with the actual movements. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. It's come along nicely. Been a couple days, weeks now. I'm quite happy with it so far. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do the wings. I think I'm gonna do it in this way. I should probably make an IMM brush or something like that, a texture brush. Probably make this easier, but I don't know. I wanted to see if I could maybe sculpt it out and see where it goes from there. Hopefully your stream's going well. I appreciate you stopping by. I know you're working on 9S. Alright, appreciate the lyric. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hopefully your stream goes well. This is actually looking more like a when I kind of wanted it to. I'm actually becoming quite happy with this, honestly. I'll be honest. I'm actually oop, a wrong brush on. There we go. Kind of like in the direction that this is going, to be honest. Oh, today Wuthering Waves drops. It's a gacha game. Supposed to be extremely free to play friendly, so I'll be the judge of that. What really got me was the combat system for it, because it has like a parry and perfect dodge system, and I like combat games like that. It's definitely gonna be a game that I'm gonna be plugging in a controller for, sitting back, relaxing. Because games like that in Nier and Sekiro and Bayonetta and stuff like that, where it's like a perfect dodge and a perfect parry, I tend to lean more towards using a controller on those. And then when it comes to like shooters and all that other stuff, I just stick with mouse and keyboard. I'm not 100% a mouse and keyboard elitist or anything like that. There are definitely some games where I prefer the edge of a mouse and keyboard. When it comes to precision, anything that has to do with like precision, like shots or anything like that, mouse and keyboard. When it comes to hack and slashes and dodging and parrying and stuff like that, controller. That just seems to be what works for me. You're wild. I couldn't do it. Maybe it's because I'd never given myself the chance to do it. But I personally, as I am currently right now, I am weak. Yo, why am I? Can't do it. Teach me the ways, coach. I love Sekiro though. I do have it on the PC. I just like using the controller, I'm gonna be honest. Need to kind of find out a little bit more. It's just a marking to try to find that. That's fair. There are certain controllers that I just do not like, I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to controllers, I think the best ones have typically been I like the Switch Pro controller and the PS5 controller, and that's pretty much it. Those are the only two controllers I really jump back and forth between. It's because I don't like, there are certain keys on my keyboard that I do not like hitting. Much better. It was too high. My pinky does not like it when I hit shift and control sometimes while positioned in the WASD formation. Could be. Kind of trying to get that. I think it's gonna be like a thunderstorm today or something along those lines. It's kind of dark out. is weird because it's 10:30 a.m. So usually if it's dark out like this at such an early time in the day, you know it's about to rain. It's about to go down. An Asian is hot as hell, huh? In Asia? I believe it is there on that time, huh? I'm not a hot as hell person. I can't do it. Which is weird because I live in a place that's as hot as hell summers. But I avoid it by, you know, not going outside. That's the key. The key to success. Just don't go outside. I hibernate during the summer. It's hot as balls out there during the summer. I guess that's the biggest problem, dude, is the fact that I'm just not... Yeah, I don't want to pinch. I'm so not used to... the heat anymore. Give me a second. Oof, that's hot. Like a 105. That's how hot it gets here. It'll be like high 90s, low hundreds. Highest probably be like 105, 110. Which in your case would be low 30s, high 40s. Yeah, about the same as you. Oh, high 30s, low 40s. Yeah. I had to do the math. Me American brain couldn't comprehend Fahrenheit and Celsius for a second. Well, Celsius. So I had to pull out an old calculator for a second. Because we are on a weird metric system and I haven't taken the time to learn the others. It is summer. I guess graduation hit, huh? Long ago, so everyone should be on their summer break. Oh boy. Summer break is great though, as a no, not really liking. You know, I don't know. There's this hole that I went down once, and there's rumors that it had to do with the because we technically did switch, but it wasn't mandated or anything like that. And from my understanding, it's been a long time since I did research on why we didn't switch or anything like that. Why didn't we make it like official? It was because of sports. And they didn't want to, you know, kind of mess up the system that they already had set for football, American football. So everyone just kind of just stuck with the one that we use now. Because they were trying to roll out a Switch like years ago. Switch to metric. It wasn't even years ago. It looked like it was trying to push it in yeah, they wanted to switch it over in 1975, but obviously that didn't go very well. And there's something that happened in 2023, January of 2023. It's supposed to be like a slow transition. It's going a little too slow if you ask me. But it's also one of those things where if you try to change something, there's going to be a lot of backlash of people that don't want to change it. No matter how slow you try to. I'm gonna be honest. Kind of bad when it comes to change. Some people are just stuck in their ways. I think this would do better if I'm gonna do something else. 1 second. First I'm gonna do that. Okay, that should do a lot better. Yeah, much better. So I'm not entirely sure, honestly. I've heard rumors that it do with like sports and stuff, especially football, because they use yards. And track use meters. So it's kind of like one of those out of order switch. I really fully went down the rabbit hole though. I just recently got out of the gaslighting rabbit hole, to be honest. A series, the dramas and thrillers that keep making you say, what the hell? I watched 2 series recently that was on Netflix. One was what was the name? It was a mouthful name. Like, it was like a woman in the house across the street through the window or some shit. And that was on Netflix. And it was about this chick that went through some trauma, so she's afraid of rain, whatever. But she's on medication, and she's taking her medication with alcohol, so she doesn't know what's true, what's real, and what's not real. And it causes a lot of disturbances because she sees things from her window across the street in the neighbor. She sees like a murder and all this other stuff, and she's like, I swear the person's dead. And then she's like doing all these investigations and stuff. Everyone's like, are you sure you're seeing this shit, or is it just the medication that you're on? Because the cops got involved, and when they went through her house, they saw like a bowl that was full of corks from all the wine that she's been drinking, and they also saw the medication. And there was a point where she was like the murder suspect because they found an item of hers with her fingerprints on it. So they're like, you sure you just don't remember you murdered this person because you're under the influence of your medication mixed with your whatchamacallit? That one had a lot of what the fuck moments. Because it's like, who's the killer then? Because it turns out that, you know, the person that she was like, oh, the person's murdered, was actually true. And did she really do it? At the end, it did so much jumping around. Like at one point it was like, oh, this person's the killer, and then they run over, and then that person's not the killer, and then it's like, oh, it's this person, and then they run over and it's not that person, and it becomes the most unlikely person in the whole series. And I'm just sitting here like, damn. And then you're watching her fight the actual killer, and it's kind of crazy because I'm just gonna say the killer was a 9-year-old all along. So you're watching this woman get her ass beat by a 9-year-old girl. Like literally her head like bashed into a glass table and tossed around like a rag doll. Like the little kid's tossing this grown ass adult like a rag doll in the living room and winning. And you're just like, damn, okay. The reason for the killing and all that stuff was just dumb though. The kid was just, you know, killing over kid stuff, you know, didn't have my way. Mommy wouldn't let me have sugar. That kind of stuff. I wanted to be an only child. Yeah. Stuff that's like, okay. Got themselves a little psychopath, huh? And then the latest one, it was called Behind Her Eyes on Netflix. And that one was also another what the fuck moment, because you're trying to figure out what's going on. There's a lot of gaslighting in that one. Because go ahead and put out a spoiler alert for this one too. But it's about woman that's going. She went through a divorce and everything like that. It's just her and her son, and everyone's like, "Oh, you need to get out there. You need to date more, or whatever." Because you've been single for like 3 years now, and your ex-husband is like married and has a kid on the way and all this other stuff, and you're just, and I understand that you're mad at him and everything like that, but you just gotta move on and live out your life instead of being mad at him. So she's like, okay, whatever, I'll go out, I'll try to, you know, do the whole dating thing again. And so she goes out, she hits up a bar, she bumps into this guy. They hit it off, they talk, all that other good stuff. They make out, and he's like, oh, sorry, I shouldn't be doing this, sort of, and he runs off, whatever. You're like, okay. And then next day she goes to work. They're like, hey, your new boss is in. She's like, oh, cool, I'll check out my new boss. And then she sees that it's the guy that she met at the bar, and he's there with his wife. She hides and avoids him for like the entire day or whatever. And they finally meet the next day. And he was like, oh shit, you're that woman at the bar. He was like, yeah, I saw you yesterday. He's like, I didn't see you yesterday. He was like, oh, I hid. And he was like, oh, I probably would have done the same, honestly. Can we like forget what happened and move on from it? We were drunk, and you know. But yeah, back to business as usual. So they do that. Business as usual. Everything's hunky-dory, everything's fine. And then she is off one day because she only works there part-time. He's like a psychiatrist, and she works as the secretary, front desk, part-time, whatever. So she has a day off, and on her day off, after dropping her son off at the school, it's like she bumps into the wife, and the wife is like, hey, you want to hang out, whatever? Because she was like, oh, you're so-and-so's wife. It's like, oh, you know my husband. Do you want to hang out since you know my husband and everything? Show me around town, because obviously we're new here, we just moved in, but don't tell him, please. She's like, yeah, sure. So they get coffee, they exchange numbers, and then it becomes that kind of deal where they kind of like hang out with each other all the time. They go to the gym, whatever, but the wife doesn't want the husband to know because the husband's like controlling. He has her like on medication and everything like that, and he like makes sure she takes her medication. So it's like, bro, you're thinking, man, this guy is crazy, because he is like calling her, making sure she's at home at a certain time, making sure he's basically like have hawk eyes on her, making sure she doesn't do anything, and keeping her medicated. So you're like, this guy is fucking crazy. He's a lunatic, whatever. Why is he so controlling of this woman? And the relationship between her and the doctor is starting to get out of hand, because now they're seeing each other, like seeing each other. So she's hanging out with the wife during the day and sleeping with the husband at night, and the wife is always calling and saying like, you know, I love you and all that stuff. He never says it back. You're like, man, this dude's a asshole. But as the series goes on, wife kind of made it clear that, hey, this guy is crazy. He has me medicated. He's controlling me. He's got me on like antipsychotics and all this other stuff. And she's like, that's messed up. And he's like, why don't you leave him, whatever? He's like, I can't because he has a profile on me, all this other stuff. And the main character also has like a sleep issues where she has like night sleep terrors and stuff like that. So the wife has been helping her with her sleep terrors. With a book that she was reading where it's like find your second door, find another door in your dream to where you can go wherever you want, make your own reality. So it's a form of like lucid dreaming where you can control the dream. And she's able to finally pull it off, and she goes to her meadow where there's barbecue and her son and it's like that, and they're all out in the fields enjoying the weather and all that stuff. Like she's finally able to sleep again because the wife's been helping her. And it just goes from there. You learn that the wife and the husband met through a accident, or she was rich and she had like a mansion with her parents and all that other stuff, and the house caught on fire, and the parents died in the fire, and he managed to pull her out of the fire and save her. And she went to rehab. The wife was in rehab for a while, and then they fell in love and got married, all that other stuff. And you learn about this guy named Rob, who was her best friend, the wife's best friend, that had the sleep issues. And you're trying to figure out what happened to Rob. Rob is dead. Where did he die? Who killed him? You know? And that's when the wife was like, I think he killed Rob back at our manor and dumped his body in the well, and he's also using that as insurance to make sure I don't go anywhere, because there's a watch that's down there that has both of our DNA on it, you know. And it just gets wild from there. It's a little extra. I just finished it last night. I don't know what I'm gonna watch now. I'll probably just watch some anime. I've been wanting to watch Ranking of Kings, so I'll probably end up watching that. I guess y'all probably want to know what happened in that series with the wife and everything. You twist my arm, I'll tell you. So it turns out there's this other door that happens in your dreams that causes you to astral project yourself from your body, and you're able to travel any other place that you've seen before in real time. So the chick, the main character, was able to astral project and see everything around her, and she's like, holy shit, I can see things. Like her son knocks over a cup of water, and she's astral projecting, and she sees that, and then when she actually wakes up, she goes in the room and she sees that the cup of water is tipped over, and she also sees the neighbor that takes care of her son every now and then. She sees what goes on in that house, and then she wakes up and then goes verifies it and everything like that, and it's like, holy shit, I can travel in my sleep. Yeah, now it's starting to get a little supernatural. But then she started to realize, because the husband is like, I don't know how she fucking knows, the wife knows everything that I'm doing, and it's driving me crazy. She knows things that she shouldn't know for some reason, and she's psychotic. And then you learn that the wife has been astral projected this entire time and knew that she was her husband was cheating on her and all this stuff. And then you find out about her past, that they had to move to this location because he was talking to this one chick at like a bakery, and he wasn't interested in her in any type of way like that, but the wife took it as that because he always seemed kind of upset when he was at the bakery or whatever, and the lady was like, hey, why are you so upset? And he was like, oh, my marriage or whatever. And he used to complain about his marriage to her, and she was like, you need to just leave this bitch. And he's like, I can't, you know, sorry to. And so you find out that the wife has been going around like astral projecting and threatening people, other women, like literally breaking into people's houses, any chick that he talks to, breaking into their house and destroying their property and all that stuff, and then threatening with knives and all that shit to stay away from them. And you're just like, damn. I like dark series too. And you're wondering, why is she medicated? It's because she was also, one, she's psychotic, and two, she was a drug addict. We're talking like the hard stuff. She was on like meth and all this other stuff. You're like, damn. But he won't divorce her because of the murder of Rob, which turns out she was the one that murdered Rob and dumped his body into the well. And she was gonna pin it on him if he ever left her. And so by that time, the main character kind of figured it out, but she didn't figure it out all the way. She thought he was the actual killer, so she sent a report to the police or whatever. And then the wife calls and she's like, yeah, I sent the report to the police. And the wife was like, you weren't supposed to do that. You're supposed to just stay away. I'm gonna lose him. And then he's like, well, you better. And then the main character's like, well, you better make it right. So she was like, okay, whatever, I'll make it right. So she writes a letter to the police or whatever saying that she was the one that did everything, and then she was gonna like set herself on fire in the house. But the main character got wind of it and was like, oh no, you don't do that because you're still my best friend. I know, it's crazy. So she runs to the house to go save her, and she couldn't get into the house, so she astral projected. I don't know why she did that. She astral projected into the house to see where she was and all that other stuff. And the wife also is astral projected. And so the wife, who was astral projected hiding in the corner or whatever, flew out of the house and into the body of the main character. And the main character flew into the body of the wife to try to, you know, make her leave the house, whatever. And they body swapped. But the main character knew where the key was. Well, not main character, but the wife knew where the key was, broke into the house. Well, went into the house, went up to the room where her original body was. And the main character couldn't move because the wife hopped herself up on a bunch of like meth and everything like that, and knew that, you know, first time taking a drug, you wouldn't know how to control your body, sort of though. And then she was like, well, it's gonna be a while to get used to this body, but thank you for the body. And then she injects a high dosage of drugs into the body, into her arm to kill her. And basically just body snatched. So the main character is gone, and her body has been snatched by the wife, and the wife gets to be with the husband still. because he liked the main character already and they end up getting married and stuff. But I feel bad for the son because the body snatch, she doesn't care about the son. So the son is kind of just there. And it's like, hey, the guy is actually trying to be like a cool stepdad or whatever. It's like, hey, where do y'all want to go for a honeymoon? Where do you want to go for a honeymoon? And the wife just cuts him off. Like, oh, we should go here. We should go to the Caribbeans and all this other stuff. And go on a boat cruise. And the son's like, but you hate boats. You've always hated boats. And then the wife's like, well, maybe I've changed. So he doesn't know that he's still with his wife, just in a different body. And that's the end of that series. There's one more twist, but I'm gonna keep that one up. Keep that to myself. Would I recommend the series? It was alright. Definitely a time killer. Kind of already told you the gist of it all because I was like, normally if I tell an entire series from start to finish, it's like oh no, that's a lie. I'm different when it comes to spoilers. Sometimes getting the spoilers just makes me want to watch the series more, so I want to see that build up to that point. So there are still some series that I end up like telling the full story for, and then they'll recommend it. Yeah, you can know about this, know how it ends and stuff, but sometimes that build up to that point is like, how did they get there? I've gotten to a lot of good series that way because I saw like a out of context clip or something like that, or someone was explaining it and I was like, huh. It really just depends. I know for Final Fantasy Rebirth, I've avoided all spoilers on Final Fantasy Rebirth because I already know that I'm gonna play it and I already know I'm already into it. So if it's like something that I'm know nothing about, sometimes having a little explanation of some stuff will get me into it a lot faster, especially if you want to get me into a series like right away. That's the best way to do it. So that's what I do. Well, having a series to watch is really nice for work. Using something to pass the time while I'm at work. While I'm working. I like reading manga before I go to bed. Sort of. I like mysteries and thrillers mostly. Every now and then I will dive into like a it's been a minute since I've seen a good K-drama, to be honest. I think the last one that I watched was on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it, but it was about this chick that was seeking revenge against high school classmates. And I believe it's on Netflix. I'm just going to let me reload this. I'm working on the bottom half now. And it's a pretty good series, honestly. I forget the name of it. It was on Netflix. Let me see. The Glory. That's what it was called. That was easy. All I typed in was K-drama, Netflix, revenge. It's called The Glory. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Great K-drama. I'm not saying anything about that one. Because one, it's been a minute, so I watched that like last year or something like that, so I wouldn't be able to give you an accurate explanation of it since it's not fresh in my mind. But I will say it was pretty good. About a woman seeking revenge of some old classmates that caused her to pretty much drop out of school, and she's just been plotting her revenge for like years, and everything that she was doing from that point of dropout was like calculated. And it's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's called The Glory. I think having it kind of like go in and blend it more instead of being sharp would be better. Girl from Nowhere. I have to check it out. I add it to my list. Right now I'm in detox mode. I've watched so many thrillers and dramas in the past 4 weeks, past month. I need something to detox a little bit. That's why I was thinking of watching Ranking of Kings. So I need something a little bit lighthearted for a bit. I'll add it to my my list here. Is it a K-drama or is it? Oh, 2 seasons. Yeah. Okay. A Thailand drama. That reminds me. The last Thailand drama that I watched was it was the one with the chef, where she wanted to be a chef, and she ended up working at some high-end restaurant under like the, I wouldn't really say the Gordon Ramsay of chefs, but guy was pretty up there. And I'm pretty sure everyone's kind of seen the trailer for it with the that was a crazy series too. I do enjoy my dramas. The tea. What I like about doing subdivisions is because I can go back and adjust things. I don't really use subdivisions when I'm making faces because I pretty much know what I want to do going forward and everything like that. I rarely have to go back. But when I'm doing something like this, where it's like I'm kind of like in the mix, I don't know what I'm doing, kind of. I'm trying to figure it out. This is definitely been easier with the subdivisions. That's why I subdivided it. Z-remeshed and subdivided it, because then I'm able to fix it and erase it and adjust it and stuff as I see fit. I'll have to check it out though. I looked at it and I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch it like today or tomorrow, because I thought it was just like a normal series, like, you know, an American drama, but it's a foreign drama, and those are typically really good. So you twisted my arm. I don't know what it is, but a lot of foreign dramas and stuff like that typically hit different in a good way. I was gonna watch an anime to kind of detox a little, but I'll check this out. I have it up on my Google search, so I'll remember in and then probably tonight or something. And today while I'm at work, I'll watch that. I think that's the biggest problem, the biggest hurdle that I kind of run into with work is I tend to be able to watch a lot of shows within the 4 hours that I work in a day. I typically work from about 2 to 6 or 2 to 7, really just depends on the speed of things. Today I think I might be in an early day. I might get off early, who knows? Because typically Wednesdays are pretty I have like a weekly goal or a weekly cap that I want to hit. One, it makes taxes a little bit easier, but also two, it's kind of like I'd rather spend less time working, more time enjoying life. And I'm able to pay for all my bills. As long as all my bills are paid and I'm able to live comfortably, I'm happy with that. I'm not trying to be like, you know, crazy workaholic. Done that life before already. Been there, done that, not doing it again. Well, done that when I was like in the military. So kind of like the freedom or anything else. Some days work does go a little bit longer than usual and I'm just like tired. I'm like don't feel like doing anything. That's why you don't really see me streaming too much in the evenings anymore. But sometimes I'm like, man, I just want to relax, sit back and do whatever. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy streaming, but whenever I stream, I tend to stick to like a single thing the entirety of the stream. I don't really jump categories or anything like that. So if I've set out to play a game, I'm gonna be playing that game the entire time. Sometimes I don't feel like playing a game or that game in general, you know? Sometimes I want to do something a little different, but and then sometimes it's just like that's how the mood is for weeks on end sometimes. So but you never really see me finish too many series. I'm still playing Stellar Blade offline anyway. I've been fishing in Stellar Blade. I think I'm going for the 100%, and I've been playing it like whenever I'm down. Not down like I'm upset or anything, but whenever I like have downtime and I'm bored and I don't know what else to do, I'll turn on some Stellar Blade and play that. And slow burning through that game. That's sort of how I did Persona 5, and I ended up platining that one because it was like it was just one of those things. I want to replay Sekiro too, and maybe 100% that. After I finish Stellar Blade. market. I've beaten Sekiro. I actually did it on stream a long time ago. When I first got into streaming years ago. I think it was like 2019, 2017, something like that. I don't remember. I think it was like around 2019 when I like seriously got into streaming, and then I vanished for a year. Maybe I'll try out I got a fur brush, right? Maybe I can adjust that to where it looks more to what I'm trying to get. It'll be a lot faster if I did that. I'm pretty much doing the same methods. It doesn't appear when I hit F though, so. Because that's not the first letter in that brush. I have to find it the hard way. I think it might actually be an IMM. Let me check I. Nope. Man, where the fuck did it go? Oh, SK. It's an SK brush. I have to remember that. Yeah. I'm gonna be able to it is causing some, maybe I'll be able to, I'm gonna continue. You'll be able to remesh it. Especially because I got some that are kind of like overlapping each other. but I'll be able to. Wish I kind of thought of this for the last one, honestly. I think maybe if I'm gonna save this detail a little bit, and then I'm gonna ZRemesh it but keep same. I had to close holes before I ZRemesh it, to be honest. There's a close holes option. It's a thing. Oh, looks like it closed the holes anyway. There we go. See how that looks with the rest of the stuff. It's fine. It's great, actually. Yeah, I like it. All right, back to that wing. That's the easiest way to do it. Just shift click on the eye, make everything visible, make everything disappear, and then just click on the folder that I want to see. Faster. Mostly waiting on I think honestly the reason why I haven't gotten Final Fantasy Rebirth and Persona 3 is because I know there's going to be DLC, of course, but typically when it comes to Square Enix and Atlas is they'll release a game and then they'll release DLC for the game on a roadmap, whatever. And then they'll re-release the game with all the DLC and stuff like that included. And it's for the price of what the game first initially launched for. So I'm kind of like sitting here like waiting until that, you know, the definitive edition comes out where it includes all the DLC. That's how I bought Royale. It had like all the DLC and stuff like that, and I only paid like the initial launch price of Persona 5 of like the $70 now, 74, $60 or $74, whatever. but it had like all of the DLC and stuff. If I would have bought the game on release, it would have been like, you know, $74 for the game and then another 15 or so dollars on top of that for the DLC, all the other stuff that comes with. That's if it's a single DLC, because sometimes they'll be like releasing a bunch of other DLCs. So in the long run, sometimes it's best to just wait about a year. And it also just getting time to figure out, it's like, do I really, it slows down my game consumption because I get time to actually, so many good games that are released in a year sometimes that I'm just sitting here like, damn, I don't have time to play all those games. I get to like really sit back and kind of enjoy the game a little bit. So it's kind of what I'm doing right now with Stellar Blade. It's like I'm able to like really sit and play it. I'm definitely gonna be busy this coming week and for a couple months now, because I am getting Endwalker for sure. Well, not Endwalker, fucking Dawn Trail. So once that starts back up, I'll be playing Final Fantasy 14 a lot. The usual, they drop the DLC, I play until in-game. Some in-game I actually, you know, do my dailies and stuff on. Some in-game I don't, and so I didn't really do it for Endwalker, I'll be honest. I can't really say how things would go for Dawn Trail, but we'll see. Yeah, I kind of just be keeping myself busy from gaming and stuff like that with art. Less sweaty. Also, today is a release of Wuthering Waves. This is not out, if it's not out already. So I don't know the exact time of release for Wuthering Waves, but it's pretty much like it's a gacha game by Kuro Games, and it has a lot of resemblance to Genshin Impact with like edit stuff. And apparently they're like actually kind of listening more to the community than what Genshin Impact does. I can't really speak on how Genshin Impact is doing things because I haven't played Genshin in like years now. But apparently things have gotten kind of stale with Genshin because of the lack of competition. But now that they have competition, they've been trying to make things better. Like I saw the thing that they released yesterday. They had a live letter or whatever, and it was like, hey, we're increasing the resin count, the daily resin count, whatever, from 160 to 200. That's a 40 increase. Y'all can do more now. Apparently that's been something that people have really been wanting for the longest, but now they're implementing it. And it's kind of you know, pretty sus that they're starting to make some changes now and quality of life changes and improvements to the game once everyone's starting to get hyped for Wuthering Waves, you know, which is what we want, what any gamer would want in a game is friendly competition, because with competition it rules out complacency. Sometimes some companies will, you know, just get extremely complacent with their game, and they don't put out any good updates or anything, and just become stale and people drop off. Kind of created a point there. So now that there's a game that's kind of like on the same open world action adventure gotcha game with gliding and climbing and stuff like that, Genshin's like, ah, shit, we gotta do something. We don't want to lose our players to this new game. We've been sitting at the top of the hill for too long now. We want to stay at the top, you know? I do like that they have a more to the combat too, compared to like I said before, they got me at the at being able to perfect dodge that causes time slow a little bit, and perfect parries, and then blocks and parries and all that stuff, and there's air combos and land combos with every character, not just locked behind certain characters. It's like from what people are saying, it's kind of a mixture between the combat system of like Zenless Zone 0 and Genshin fused together. I'll be playing it tonight. Once I get off from work and cook. Will I stream it? I don't know. Might do a pop-up stream. I don't know. We'll see. I do still do like random game and pop-up streams on my my Twitch. I think the last one was Stellar Blade. Who knows? We'll see. And played with friends too, because you can go to other people's worlds and fight monsters and stuff with them. But that's another cool thing that I've learned, is that whenever you go to other people's worlds, there are like rare creatures and stuff like that that kind of echoes that kind of pop up, like, you know, shiny hunting, whatever. But there's like these red ones that are like, once you kill them, they guarantee a certain drop, but they pretty much are gone for good. And they're located on certain parts of the map, but you can get them again if you go to a friend's world. Like, you can clear out yours and then go to your friend's world and then help clear out theirs. They'll get the drop and you'll get the second drop, so you can get multiple drops of this rare like echo. And that's a good way of echo farming, is well, this specific one is to jump worlds and help other people kill theirs. So it's kind of like a win-win. Pretty big for content creators too, if you think about it, because they'll be able to get more people when it comes to that. Someone might come in and be like, hey, help me kill this thing, and they'll be like, oh yeah, sure. And then they get the guarantee drop too, so they're able to farm it up. Or they'll just be like, hey chat, I need people to let me into their worlds and kill this thing. And then the chat would be like, hell yeah, brother, or sister, or hell yeah, you know. Bum bum bum. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, I fucks with it. I'm gonna do the same method, but for the body too. Y'all probably wonder why I'm keeping this all separate. It's to help pose, make posing a little bit easier. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Sorry, I had to think to myself real quick. Step back, take a breather, take a look, think about the process. Sometimes when you just go and go, you stop to you forget to stop and take a step back and take a breather, take in the air, you know, look at the flowers. I need to figure out what I'm gonna eat today. What do I got in HelloFresh? I think I already kind of decided what I wanted to make and I put it in the front. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make the chicken enchiladas. But instead of like making into actual enchiladas, I'll just make chicken tacos. I tend to do that. They give me stuff, like they give me like specific things for HelloFresh and everything like that. Like, hey, you're gonna make enchiladas, and I'm like, hey, I'm making tacos. And I just end up doing that instead. No one said you have to go 100% by what they give you. You know? I mean, you can, but I like having a little bit of freedom when I cook. Unless I'm like 100% want to make something that way, then of course I'll make it that way. But most of the time, I'm too lazy to turn on the old oven and wait for it to bake in the oven. A lot of it's like, oh, you're gonna make it, you're gonna wrap it up in tortillas, then you're gonna place it in a glass pan or whatever, just a pan that's oven safe. You're gonna place it in there, then you're gonna cover it with like cheese and sauce and all that stuff, and then you're gonna put it in the oven for another, 5 to 10 minutes. And sometimes when I'm cooking, I'm like, I want to eat now. So it never makes it into the pan, into the oven. It just makes it into a tortilla, and then boom, you got chicken tacos. Still use all the stuff, but just chicken tacos. Oh, short. Oh, it's still going. Okay. It just ended, and I was like, I could have sworn it was longer than that. Oh, we were listening to it for the past 2 minutes, and it's still like another minute and 44 seconds left, so it is a long song. I just was rambling on for so long, I didn't even realize it was going. I'm doing this to kind of like layer. I need it. Saying less is more. Sometimes I need to pull back a little. I'd be going a little bit too ham sometimes. way better. My choices are chicken enchiladas, turkey and mushroom shepherd's pie, or a smoky barramundi with brown butter, and side with mashed potatoes and broccoli. The mashed potatoes are actually gonna make me mashed with potatoes myself. Oh boy. I haven't had instant mash in so long, but man, do I miss the days of instant mash. Ever since I started doing HelloFresh, it's pretty much been like, you want mashed potatoes? Here are your potatoes. Mash that shit. Which I'm not mad about. I do enjoy homemade mashed potatoes and all that stuff, and I've definitely learned a lot about mashed potatoes and about myself when it came to making mashed potatoes. Because some people will skin their potatoes. I like the skin in my mashed potatoes. I've learned. There's definitely a lot of self-discovery going on there when it comes to mashing my potatoes. Do I like skinning my mashed potatoes because I'm too lazy to skin the potatoes? Yeah, probably. Highly likely. Do I regret being lazy sometimes? Not really. Good mash. I would have never learned that I like the skin of the potatoes in my mashed potatoes if I wasn't too lazy to skin the potato one day and be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna cut the potatoes and toss it in there and see what happens. And then I was like, man, this is pretty good, and I just been kind of doing it since, you know? That's just story of my life right there. Sometimes I'd be discovering some pretty nice things off of laziness alone. That is a problem in itself. Maybe if I do it inflate. Usually that I can fix itself if I had the maybe if I no, it'll need a remesh. Which I'll be able to do a bit. And do a lower subdivision and then smooth it out. Leviathan, Leviathan, Leviathan. Boom. Man, I can't wait for Don Trill and what bangers they release therein. And when they release the soundtrack on Spotify, you know, I'm gonna add it to my playlist here. I'm not looking forward to the new title screen though. Because holy shit, that's a flashbang. How's it going, Peachy? Peachy Kaveen. I'm surprised you're awake. I'm doing well. Just working on these wings. But all is well in the neighborhood. Today is the release of Weather and Waves, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. It's the new gacha game that kind of prepping for. I know Simo's gonna be playing it too. It's supposed to be very free to play friendly, so we'll see. I'll be the judge of that. Probably be the game that pulls me away from League for a while, you know? It was great. Honestly, when it comes to League, if you just get the points you need or hit gold, what's the point of even playing anymore? You get the Victoria skin if you put in enough games, you know? they made it, they changed it to where they could have more people playing more often, but they just made it easier for you to just play it up to a point and then not play it anymore. It's called Weather and Waves. I posted it in I posted a video. They released like a music video, and I posted it in Sumo's Discord. I think it's under general. Which was looking pretty good, looking pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie. Which one do I have for Sharon? Let me check something real quick on my OBS. Ah, Firefox. Okay. It's been a while since I've done this. Oh shit, why is that loud? All right, let me see if I can do this right. Firefox YouTube properties. Okay, should still work. Yeah, it still works. It still works. Okay, let me hit play on this real quick. I'm gonna hit pause on this music. Watch the trailer. Oh, there we go. Don't mind my background. That was Fatal Frame 2. Okay. Fatal Frame 2. It changes randomly. It's a horror game of twins that murder each other. Anyway. As the pressure builds, I push back. There you go. Pulling on the threads of fate. I thought the trailer was pretty fire, to be honest. Find the beat my heart creates. Faint vibrations, words that get disturbing in the twilight. Piercing through the silence, echoing throughout the night. They shake the atmosphere, the heavens and the land. A rebellion in the making where we stand. This is the time. The unknown is calling, so I cross the line. I'm breaking out, got no more doubt. So raise your voice up higher. I'm crashing through the silence. I'm coming with the rising tide. It's a game where the guys and the females are both like, damn, we got hotties. But yeah. How do I There we go. Back to where I was at. I was like, why isn't... I just hit play on the music. Why is it going off all of a sudden? It's because the song's over. But, yeah, I'll be playing it. The guy with the green hair that they showed near the end with the spear, he's the first banner. I want the what's her name? Yin, something like that. I want her, the puppet mommy. But she's not coming out until another 3 weeks after release, so I'm saving my pulls. I'm pulling for her. He's gonna be the first banner that comes out on release, and they're supposed to be changing banners like every 3 weeks. And of course there's a pity system, so I'm saving all my pulls. Or at least doing up to... I'm gonna figure out what the pity is at. Like, is it a 50? Because normally after you pull like a certain amount, then the next one is a guaranteed 5-star or whatever. And if you pull on their banner, then it's almost like guaranteed that you're gonna get them for the pity, because it's their banner. So I might pull on other ones and then save my 50th pull for that banner specifically, so I just pull it right out, which is another thing you can do. But I'm not spending any money on this one. I'm just gonna save all my pools, and I'm gonna go for her and then see where I want to go from there. That's another thing. The music on these games are pretty good. Like, where's the Honkai Star Rail? Had some really good music. There we go. Surely they won't copyright strike me for game music. Surely we'll find out. This is from Honkai Star Rail. I don't really play the game anymore. It was fun, I won't lie. It was extremely fun. I suck when it comes to games that have like a daily system. I'm really bad at doing my dailies, and I just end up not doing them and not playing the game at all. So probably Wuthering Waves is probably gonna end up the same way, I'm gonna be honest. But we'll see. Maybe I just haven't found that game yet. It's kind of like when it came to me and MMOs. It took me forever to find an MMO that I liked, that I kind of just stuck with. And now I can't really play any other MMO because Final Fantasy 14 has definitely spoiled me. And it does everything that I like in an MMO. Where you're not class locked to a certain character type or whatever, which is great. You can change your your class on the fly too. So if I want to max out a blacksmith, I can max it out on the same character that I maxed out as a black mage, and I can also max out a white mage on that same character, and I can switch between the two when needed. I don't have to make multiple characters for different classes and different jobs and all that stuff. So, and it's Final Fantasy. I just like Final Fantasy. I always grew up playing Final Fantasy. So maybe, just maybe, Wuthering Waves might change things up for me, because it has a combat system that I'm actually really interested in, and it's the reason why I play Nier and Sekiro and Bayonetta and Stellar Blade so much, because it has that type of combat system. With, I like the quick, the hack and slashing, the parrying. So I also like Devil May Cry and all that stuff. And it's kind of one of those games where as you play it, you get better and better. And next thing you know it, you're perfect parrying a boss. The boss can't do anything but just stand there. Every time they throw a swing, parried. You're just an absolute menace to everything in this game. To fix something. There we go. Actually figured I don't need that anymore. I had that as a ref. This is what the initial block out for the wings were gonna be. And then I kind of used that as a reference for the rest of the body. Just kind of blocked it out and how I was gonna do it. And then I followed that block out a little bit. Okay. I pretty much got to do the same thing for the body itself. Our main body. Kind of like the off-white, like a yellowish white, eggshell white is what they call it. Oops. Oops. A little bit if I like this white, or if not. It just looks like this because of the lighting too. And that's what it looks like when I turn off the light. And turn the light back on. Rendered. Yeah. Okay, getting there. Hey, dragon bodies be like that sometimes, you know? Got a little thickness to it. Definitely does seem a little thicker when you're looking from front. But then you look on the side and you're like, oh, that makes sense then. Because from the front, it just looks like, damn, she got some thick thighs. And then you see it from the side, like, oh, the fuck, that makes sense. Funny. Like who knows? Technically, it's like a mixture of like a harpy and a dragon. You think about it. The red dragon, and then the front looks more like a, reminds me of like a harpy. I definitely see chicken too, but who knows? Probably depends on which portion of the body you eat, you know? It's like 3 different creatures put together. You got the lizard, the chicken, and the human all in one. So it really just depends on which part you eat. Gonna like a look around. This is true. Just looking to see if there's anything else. Because pretty much all there's left is her main body. Fixing up that. And then fixing the hands. Because I still need to go into the hands and fix those up. Right now this is just a base. They're not actually sculpted out yet. It's just a base outline of it and everything like that. So I need to make those. And then I'll pose it. Well, I need to paint the face too, because the face is like extremely plain right now. It just has the normal base coloring on it. Just have that dip. Where is not open yet? You're in the way. There we go. Kind of just an initial color in there, and then swap that. Very lightly. A yellow. Get there. And then a blue. Right in that area right there. Then I hit fill a couple times to fade out the yellow and blue. Still there, but it's a bit more faded, you know? and fill back in the red. There we go. I am gonna redo the hair. It's been bothering me for too long. But I know that once I sculpt out the hair, then it's pretty much gonna be like that, you know? And if I move the character to where the hair's just gonna look stiff. So if I end up tilting the head a certain direction or something like that, then the hair's obviously gonna be stuck in that kind of direction. Maybe what I can do is I can just make the base outlining of the hair and everything like that, then pose it, and then kind of move the hair a little bit to flow in that direction. That'll probably be a better idea, honestly. Instead of doing a full commitment to where the hair is gonna be. How am I smoothing? I'll be able to adjust the hair as needed from there, you know? I'll probably do that. Make the base of the hair, and then don't fully commit to it. Like detailing and stuff like that until I pose. Increase in intensity. And it kind of just makes me realize I'm not really there we go. That's not what I want to do. There we go. Well, let me just see something real quick. Still like a dark red. Bit of a black and see how that looks. Probably a little bit darker, honestly. Because you can either go for like a darkish red or just straight black. It really depends. Okay. Maybe this can be something. The lighten, the fade. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna do something more with the tongue too. Cause my thoughts is like she's eating something or licking up blood. We're gonna have like one hand up, kind of like licking the blood off her finger or something like that. And I'm gonna put some blood dripping down off the side here. So the tongue's definitely gonna come out a little bit more. I just kind of like place that there now, so that way I know it's there. Well, you know it's there, but it's definitely gonna be coming out a little bit more later. Cause we hunger. And I'm gonna do it to where it's like a head tilt up and looking down. So dragon's gonna be like upwards. And she's gonna be kind of like looking down while eating something. I'll probably make like a heart or something like that and then put that in her hand. I haven't fully committed to the bit yet. Just looking over everything. And fade out a little bit more. For the shadow. Right here. Adding a little shadows and things adds a little bit of oomph to it, you know? A little bit more dimension. Not to be anything too intense. A little bit. Less is more. Just gotta remember that. You can definitely see that shadowing that I'm kind of adding. Certain spots does make it pop a little bit more. A bit more faded. Oh, get rid of lazy mouse. That'll help a lot. A little light. A little bit of light touch to it. Excellent. That's the guy. This song. Oh man, this fight was so fun though. Nope. Okay, I just want to see something. That's fine. Persona has some like fire music, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when you get into like 3, 4, and 5. Music is just like bops, you know, you're just sitting here like, hell yeah, this is a bop. How's it going, Mystery Chicken? How you doing today? Welcome on in. How you been? Long time no see. How's it going, Barway? Welcome back. I'm just painting the face. I'm gonna redo the hair eventually. After I'm gonna do like a halfway of the hair, and then when I pose it, I'll go all the way with the hair. Thank you. It's more of a monster teeth, because I found that vampires are like just the top ones are at longer length, while the like a beast or a monster or whatever is more of like all four of them are long. But I do see it too. The fangs. It's really the fangs. Ah, thank you. It's gonna get a little bit less cute once I start posing stuff, because I think I'm gonna put a heart in her hand and she's biting into a heart or whatever, and put some blood on the side here, and she's gonna be looking down. The dragon body's gonna be standing, and she's pretty much gonna be holding the heart in one hand that she's biting into, and she's looking downwards, while we're gonna raise this body up and like back on the hind legs or whatever, and kind of pose it like that. And I think for the statue it's gonna be like some type of rock formation mixture between spikes and stuff that she's gonna be standing on, because she can do magic too, and one of the spells that she used was causing the spikes to come out the ground, using the earth spikes to come up. So I'm probably gonna put some destruction on there. That's the thought process. We'll see if I actually do it. I know for sure I'm definitely gonna do the heart with the head tilt down while this is up on the hind legs. It's more of what she's standing on that I haven't fully decided on yet. But how's everyone been? How y'all been? That's how it's in gray. I definitely want to redo the hair. This is based off of Falin, Chimera Falin from Dungeon Meshi. I need to add the same thing that I did with the feathers here. I'm gonna do that with the body too. That's why I have that cut off. The top portion's feathers, and the bottom portion feathers. What did I just do? Oh, I turned on the coloring. Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, I have to unfortunate, I do have to start getting ready for work an hour before I have to go to work, so I have to, you know, shit, shower, shave, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate when that came out today. We're gonna head on out. Let's see. How long have I been sculpting for? For this project or just sculpting in general? On and off since 2019. Because from 2017 2019 I went to like 2017 2020 I went to art school, but I wanted to focus more on environment art and stuff. And then from like 2019ish, end of 2019 to early 2020 was when I got into doing characters, and then I kind of been on and off since 2020 to now. Is pretty much the generalization of of my journey of making characters and stuff. So for characters, I say about 4 years on and off, in spurts of like I'll do it for a couple months and then not do it for double the time that I actually did it for. So I'll be sculpting for about 3 or 4 months and then I'll go on a 6-month hiatus or whatever. Let me see. I keep all my models. Yeah, 2021 was the last one. I mean, that was in Blender though. Wouldn't be able to. Here, I can show y'all one. It's from my earlier days. We'll go with Kite this time. It's been a long time since I've shown Kite. Here, let me make sure I save. So I was using Blender too, so I can't open those ones obviously, because I gotta open Blender, and Blender would be a pain in the ass right now. You can see the improvement from the years. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is 2021. Definitely see some major improvements. Not a fan. I don't want to look at it anymore. My head hurts. We'll go to Spider. That's also another. This is the last creature that I've created. It was in 2021. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I definitely went back and was learning some stuff, but this is the monsters I've always been kind of decent with. It's just when it came to humans, I was really bad at. So I've been improving on like human heads and stuff like that. So you can kind of see the growth that I went through over the years from 2021 to now. I wish I had the stuff from like 2020 and 2019, because those were literally just blobs compared to this. So you can see the jump every like 2 years or so. I was actually really happy with Spider too. Still am. Mostly because of the Spider half. We getting figured about the human half. The Spider half was where I was at. But yeah, good times. Two figure? What do you mean? I have a bunch. I've made like at least 20 different figures. Cause I usually make about 4 to 6 a year. Oh yeah, some of them I can't open because I have them in Blender. I sculpted in Blender for a while before I came back and just exclusively do Zbrush. These are the ones that I have from 2021 that was in Zbrush. All the other ones were in Blender, a different program. Yes and no. It definitely teaches you to be more cautious of your poly count, because Blender will lag the shit if you aren't careful, you know? and I kind of just stuck with just using Zbrush. Sculpting a Blender isn't hard though. It's some people find it more easier in a way, especially when you're doing hard surfaces, because you can model the stuff that way too. Definitely more modeling and sculpting compared to ZBrush, where it's mostly just sculpting, and then maybe every now and then you'll Z model hard surfaces. So that's why Blender was kind of like it's like yes and no. If you know how to model properly already and you're aware of your tries and stuff like that, and keeping everything low. So rigging was a thing that I had to do in there whenever I wanted to pose it, and retopologizing was pretty good, was pretty big. Like you'll sculpt it out and you'll retopologize it, and then you'll project it back on there. And that was like something that I kind of learned from Blender that moved over to here, where I'll sculpt it, Z remesh it, and then project history, the details back onto it. So I've learned a lot from Blender that came over to ZBrush. So I used ZBrush and then I went to Blender for like a couple of years, and then I came back to ZBrush with the stuff that I learned from Blender. This was 2022. Let me open this one. For what is this? This is my friend's D&D character back in 2022 into February of 2023. Where are the... There you go. Make the glasses go. And as I've been sculpting, I've been kind of... Yeah, Tieflin. I've been changing up how I do my faces over the years. Over the months, actually. Where the eyes are a little bit more... smaller, in a way. The nose are definitely smaller, and I definitely thinned out the lips more over the years. At first I was more stylized, but I kind of like brought it in a little bit more. This was 2022 to 2023. Thank you. Here's my 2023 projects. Who... Never finished this one. I need to finish this eventually. Yeah, still kind of adjusting. This was the Shinobu that I was working on. I never finished it. I kind of just dropped it. I was making the shoes and then I never finished it. And this one was also... We're in 2023 right now. Kafka from Honkai Star Rail. I just made a bust for this one. All right, I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day. Never finished this one. This was supposed to be Eisen. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day, by the way. I'm just going through memory lane right now. Oh, yeah. I use the heads for measurements for how tall I want to make my characters. Usually between 6.5 to 8 heads. It depends. I have it for like all my characters. I have a folder that's usually called ref somewhere. The Akali, I deleted that folder already. I know for a fact. Like even now, I always do that when I make the head first. And then I bring it over to the side. And I bring it downwards so I know where the feet will stop. This one is 7 heads, so about 6.5 heads, which is like the normal manga character size, female character size, about 6.5. And also have like a wing reference that I made. That way I can get an idea of how I wanted the wings to look. Just like a rough little block out. And then I just place what I need on top of that. And then boom. I usually keep my ref folder. But yeah, I gotta start heading out. I gotta get ready for work. I appreciate when that came out today. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'm gonna go cook. I'm gonna work out, shower, cook, then go to work. But I'll catch y'all later. I'll probably be in Discord later, maybe. I don't know. Cause I am gonna be playing I'm gonna play whatchamacallit. The Wuthering Waves. So I'll probably be chilling playing Wuthering Waves, to be honest. That sounds good. Little muffin omelets with like bacon and cheese and ham or whatever your mix-ins are. I like those. But we'll head on out from here. I do appreciate when they came out today, but I'm Nick Zaltius, and I'll be signing out. Y'all have a wonderful day. See y'all again Monday. Yeah, Monday we'll be continuing the Falin. I'm gonna redo the hair, fix up the body, pose. Next week is gonna be pretty big. It's posing, hair, body, all that good stuff. So I pretty much painted up the face and everything like that, so it's breaking the symmetry is not a problem now. Yeah, breaking the symmetry is not going to be a problem now. But yeah, I'll catch y'all later. I'm Nick Celtius, signing out. Good night, everyone. Good morning, or wherever you're at. Have a good day.